spirits from the other world.
Not gonna lie, I don't know what I'm doing right now. I'm not freaking out, but like, I'm kind of tired and shit. Got some gamer juice for our gamer selves. What to do, man? I want to watch something. I want to watch something, guys. Still, oh shit. Oh my god, Edgar just died. I fucking remember. PewDiePie's dog. Damn, that sucks. Wait, what was that? There was a calculator thingy. What is this? What is this? Oh. My watch along is not working. There we go.
Card game dreams are coming true. It's time to duel.
What? Kind of reminds me of the One Piece this one. Yeah, it's still available. It's like $45 for like sounds for like the specific leader, for like Luffy leader. It's pretty dope. Although it wouldn't work with Magic. I mean, it could for like specific cards, but not all.
Yeah, this is exactly what it looks like. It's a 2-player card game with sound effects, and that will also do the calculations for you. This is not just a toy. It's an actual
Imagine if it does calculations for you and you just basically don't have to do. I mean, that would be great for Magic though, especially for like weird ass tokens. You don't have to keep track of the tokens all the time, and you'll remember your chairs more often. That's pretty good actually. It's going to be expensive as heck to make the board if you're gonna do it for Magic the Gathering, because the amount of cards. How many cards in Magic the Gathering currently? Holy shit.
tabletop game that follows a lot of card game ideas. And this runs about 15 to 20 minutes from our experience. It's called Smart TCG Ragnarok and features cards with an NFC smart chip inside of them that communicates with the board. Though for the final product, this will not be able to be taken apart like this, so this is a fun sneak peek. This was sent to us by them to cover, being a sponsored video, and this is not a review. This is a first impressions because we have no idea how the actual game will be like. This is fairly early stage so far, but I will still give my personal score out.
Wait. That's... I don't know. Yeah, sure.
Our 2 plays at the end, and again, our personal scores are never affected by sponsorships, but understand if you want to click off given the sponsor-heavy landscape of board game reviews and content and etc, etc. Basically, the idea here is that there's 3 rows, all with 5 card slots. And the goal is to dominate rows in strength by tallying up the cards there. You'll do this tallying when the game ends, that is usually when no one can play any more cards from their 16 card deck. On a turn, all you do is draw a card from your deck, then play a card in one of the slots. Cards usually have a rank between 1 to 3, meaning you can place them down in a matching or higher level on the board you own. So if you have a level 1, you can place it in a level 1. And also a level 2. But if you have a level 2, you can place it in a 2, but not 1.
Almost has a similar mechanic as the Final Fantasy game, a card game, the one in game, of the game.
You'll note that at the start of the game, you only have level 1 areas, so how do you get more? Well, cards will usually capture areas around them, adding 1 level to all the gray boxes the card denotes. Some cards can add more levels, some cards can buff cards around them, some cards can destroy stuff around them, yeah, essentially almost all cards we've seen do something when played. The system will take care of any calculation and bookkeeping when cards are played, so that's super cool. But yeah, after you played a card...
Oh, that's why there's a hole there. The power and all that stuff is getting calculated so you can see through the screen.
The turn passes to your opponent, where they draw and play a card. And you just keep doing the cycle until both of you pass in a row. Passing is voluntary if you don't want to play anything, and mandatory if you literally ran out of cards in your deck or can't play anything. After 2 players pass in a row, the system will do the calculations. You only score a row that you have more strength in. Then you add up your 1 rows together, and whoever has the higher strength wins.
I guess. Yeah.
Cool stuff. This big board thing is actually sick to use, it folds up nicely, and has some solid weight to it with rubber bumpers. It's not going to move around when you're playing. The buttons all feel chunky, and usually trigger sound effects, which...
It's a little too simple of a game. I mean, sure, it's cool and all. Like, the innovation is good and everything's there. But is there, like, effects?
Add a whole nother layer to the experience. You press to lock in your turn, so you can't take it back, but there's also no mistake of accidentally pressing said button with it being so out of the way. And of course, there's ways to lower the volume and adjust brightness. Usually we played on max brightness, but I'll let you know in below if we play on lower brightness. I mean, this as a concept is really cool too. There's no phones or tablets required to play. Just turn it on, ready to go. It'll look like this. It also runs on rechargeable batteries that supposedly last up to 8 hours, and well, when we got it, we didn't charge it, and we've been playing and filming with it, and we haven't had to charge it, so I'd assume these batteries pretty good. Batteries nowadays are all really good. And then this machine will help you learn the game, so if you're not sure about a turn's outcome, no worries. You can just kind of plug and play things and see if it works. Eventually, I can imagine these rules being like less than a page to just start, and eventually the time it takes from when you buy and open the box to actually playing the game could be way less than 5 minutes at some point. The art is all nice.
Okay, let's get to the cards. Holder, the god of darkness, manipulated by Loki into unwillingly sting. So he has flavor text. When played, destroy allied and enemy cards unaffected card slot. Okay. When allied cards are destroyed, buff this card by 2. Interesting. Replace an ally and debuff allied. Huh. Interesting. No. Okay.
I would describe it as typical digital game fare.
No artist tag.
There's a lot of Nordic themes here, because Ragnarok is in the name, and there's no shortage of fan service. That's just how it is. Playable characters definitely all look much different, so you can tell them apart, and there's the alternate crystals too. The box orientations and colors tell a lot about capabilities without much writing, and the cards themselves feel nice and thick. Like, they're very nice and thick, almost like tiles. While these are prototypes that came pre-sleeved for us, I'd imagine that the cards have to be thick if there's going to be NFC chips inside. And the game can have thick cards with just having 16 card decks. Like, could you imagine an MTG card being this thick and having 50 of them in a deck? Yeah, that wouldn't happen. Okay, so enough raving about the tech and the art, because, you know, that's just flashing
How many decks are there? Is that like 4 decks?
stuff if the gameplay actually sucks. But so far, the gameplay is pretty impressive so far. So first off, it's a nice balance between playing for actual strength versus ground on the board, because strength is what you actually score, but you need ground to play new cards. For example, if you focus too much on strength, your opponent will just take all the viable places, and then you have to pass because you usually can't play anything. Then your opponent has free reign to just play whatever they want. This goes into how positioning really matters, with how every card has some orientation of squares it affects. And I'd imagine the more you know the game, the more you can play around certain shapes. Like, you might know that leaving a level 2 open in front of you is really risky with this bird existing to destroy anything.
Interesting.
or how this Lord of the Light Elves always affects squares no matter if allied or enemy cards on them. So if you can kill the enemy that he's buffing and take that spot, you gain the benefit. So yeah, it sounds like we're just getting into the cards, and they all feel unique with their differing ranks, strength, ability, and how their ability actually executes on the board with all the squares. So there's cards like Thor to damage others, straightforward. Or more support types like Mullen to increase other cards around them's strength. Or cards like the Evil Hell that slowly get stronger, so you want to play them early on. Or play crystals to transform others into their specific dragon form on any later turn. The card just comes from a shared central pile. And not only do they look cooler, they generally are cool in their ability, like getting to do another on-play thing that is drastically stronger than the previous version. And then there's cards that help everything around them when they die, so this leads to interesting positioning for everyone. Because ideally, if you're facing off against one, you position accordingly to surround it and then kill it, and then you get the buff on all of your units. We have to stress that all cards feel very different with their positioning requests and text. Like for a level 1 drop, you could play Skadi, which adds a level 2 Scalm to your hand to really play for board, and it's a +1 card advantage now. And +1 means quite a bit when you go through your entire deck in the game, because now you have 17 cards to play instead of 16. Or a level 1 could be Bjorn to deal damage next to him, and then plan later to bless him to get another massive attack on play. Then you get to progress to play the level 3s, the big boss monsters, and they all do something big when dropped. Like a Fire Drake to deal 4 damage to all these spaces around big when dropped. Like a Fire Drake to deal 4 damage to win her row. It's also nice.
I don't know what to feel about this. It feels too simple of a game for what it is. It's good concept though, but I don't know what to feel about it. Not gonna lie. It's pretty cool though. I fucking knew it. Yeah, it's just Queen's Blood. Oh no! It's using. I swear to you, it's using AI art. Oh, I guess that. It's using AI.
Is tied to the board. So you generally want cool stuff. This big board
Concerns.